This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium Commentary. This Infinium Commentary is entitled, Say What? Now, a few days ago, about a week or so ago, article came out that indicated that marriage rates are falling off due to the lack of men who are economically undesirable. And at the face of it, this is another line of BS coming from the feminist camp. It is another line of BS which also states that men must do their duty. Men must step up to the plate, do what they need to do, step their game up, and support women in any type of lifestyle that they want to be in. But the basis of this hypocrisy, which finds itself in the falsehood that all men are wrong in what they're doing, and all men are wrong for not wanting to deal with women and their hypocrisy and their BS is this. It's not so much that men are not working or dealing with high-end jobs. In some cases, yes, they are getting out of college. They are not working in corporate jobs to, build kingdoms or do whatever they need to do. In certain cases, men are just going out and living minimalistic, that type of thing. But there are men that are working. There are men that are out there doing what they need to do. The exception to this is that these men have chosen to go on the MGTOW path. They have chosen to stay away from women, to not support women and their lifestyles, and not be subjected to the types of things that women do to them. They have chosen not to be slaves. They have chosen not to be serfs and subjected to every whim that women have. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. Now, this study suggests that, again, that men are at fault for the marriage rates falling off. In actuality, it is the women that are at fault. It is the feminist plantation state that is at fault. This dystopian feminist plantation state, which is totally illogical, which is something that is eventually going to fail, it is the thing that is at fault. And this again is another type of thing where women do not accept the blame and the responsibility for what has happened in the society. In this case, women are to blame for men walking away from them. Why would I, for instance, marry somebody only to find out that a few years later on that I'm in court, that I'm being divorced, raped, that everything that I worked hard for is being taken away from me? Why would I do that? Why would I take a chance on that? Why would I marry somebody that I am intimate with, that I am thinking in my mind that she has my back, that she loves me so that she would not cheat on me, that she would not do anything to undermine me, only to find out that everything that I thought would not happen happened to me? Why would I do that? Why would I take a chance on that? Why would I even smile at a woman that's smiling at me, only to find out a few days later that I'm being accused of rape? Why would I do that? This is the dystopian feminist plantation state that we are now living in. This is the result of feminism, rabid feminism, which is out of control. This is what women wanted. And now to blame men and to say that they are economically unviable, this is another line of BS, and it needs to stop. Now, I found that after reading that and looking at some MGTOW content, which talked about that, these people are beginning to backpedal, as with everything else, off of that. Because it, just like the Gillette, that men are all bad, men are toxic, it has had the same type of effect. And now they're saying, well, that's not really the case. It's not that, but it's too late. And it has been too late. It has been too late for a few years now, because men are waking up to this feminist plantation state. Men are no longer wanting to be enslaved to this. Men are no longer wanting to be dragged into court and be divorce raped. Men are no longer wanting to be falsely accused of something that they did not do, and then to be thrown into jail for something that they did not do. So that's why men are not dealing with women as they were. Men are not doing what they're doing anymore because of what is going on. Because the thing is that this is what women wanted, and men will not live in such a state anymore. Oh no, yes, there's a saying that a quote unquote blowjob will lead a man back to a woman. That may be so true for some, but the majority of men who are walking away are not coming back. They are not coming back. And no matter what women do, what women say, what type of shaming they do, what type of studies they come up with, what type of things that they think that they can manipulate men into, those things will not work. And just from a basic level, like for instance, I was just happened to look on the TV, looking at the news, and both the female newscaster and the weathercaster, who was female, had painted on eyelashes. And why would I deal with something phony like that when you take off all that fake up, only to find that something is hideous behind it? Even from that level to a high level of trust, of understanding, of thinking you're on the same plane, but only to find out that you're not on the same plane. Even from the point of fake up to that, men have had enough, and they're not coming back. And oh yes, men are working hard. They are hardworking men who have calluses on their hands, who are doing things or building businesses, but they're doing it for themselves. They're doing it not because of a woman, but they're doing it to better themselves and to better those men that need help. That's what they're doing. And yes, things are going to fail. I notice again that a wedding venue in my area, wedding venue provider, suddenly shut down. And this has been a series of shutdowns. Babies R Us, that type of thing. So they went out of business. Other wedding dress providers, they suddenly shut down in my area. But this is going to continue. And it's going to even get worse than what it is, because men are not coming back. And until women really step up to the plate and say, now it is time to change the laws. Now it is time to fix the laws so that a man cannot be divorce raped unfairly, so that a man cannot be hooked into a DNA trial or something like that, where he has to pay for somebody's kid, which is not his kid, but just because the single mother put his name down on a birth certificate or something like that. Those laws need to be changed. There needs to be definite work to make things fair again. And then and only then, men may, and this is a big may, possibly come back. But for now, men are not coming back. Men are actually going down the MGTOW path in droves, in droves, in droves. Men are going their own way, and they're looking towards freedom. And they're saying hell no to the feminist plantation state. They're saying hell no to marriage. And it's going to be like that until things radically change for the better. And at this point, in my own opinion, it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. And so that's why I've said all along, it is game over for women. This has been a MGTOW Infinium Commentary. And remember, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path. And also remember that MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.